on the Speedway as the lovely Carolyn Waiter. We'll sing our national anthem. At this time, we'd like to ask you all to please rise. Carolyn?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Donnie Scheffler, top time in the sportsman division, and the lovely Carolyn Wainer doing an excellent rendition of our national anthem. With me tonight, and what a treat it is, I have Jim Trado, the announcer at the Sheboygan County Fairgrounds, helping me out on this great big night of racing action here at the Hales Corner Speedway. And Jimmy, what are your observations?
We'll advance to the main. Whoever doesn't break the top six will be driving in the B feature. We'll take the top six from them as well. 0-0 Watson, 0-9 Atkinson, that's your front row. In row 2, Tom Hurst in the blue 38 from Iowa. Outside the number 2, Charlie Schwartz, the only driver to crack 16 seconds tonight in qualifying. Schwartz lines up outside row 2 in the 4th position. In car number 2, Schwartz from Ashland, Kentucky. The number 10 is a very familiar car to us here at Hales. S10, George Scheffler. 32, Terry Edelin, the Pacers Autobody Passenger Ribbon car. The Miller on Genuine Draft, number 06, the Jack Ashman sporting a for sale sign. That car lines up inside row 4, again making her way back through the field. Steve Mueller in the 62 car and the 11. Bobby Smith in just his 4th week of competition, starting behind a very potent and impressive field. Making his way out, 85, 95. Car 95, Jeff Bodendorfer as Watson in 0-0 and 0-9. Al Atkinson, pace him into 4, lights are out, we'll wait for the green for Mark Sweeney, and we're racing. Wall-to-wall action underway. The final point race for 1989 for the World. Outlaw late models are now on trackside and under green. Number 2, Charlie Schwartz now disposing of 0-9. Al Atkinson, your race leader, 0-0. Jimmy Watson legs the high side, gets a little bit too high. Here comes your race leader, Charlie Schwartz. Pole sitter, 0-0, Jimmy Watson to hang out in 2nd. Al Atkinson runs 3rd. In 4th is the number 38 of Tom Hurst. Hurst in 38 now, in 4th. Cracking into the top 5, the 32 car, Terry Edelin. In that transfer spot, number 10, S10, George Scheffler runs 6th. The good battle for 7th, however. 0-6, Ashermetter inside, 62, Steve Miller. Schwartz entering a blistering pace here. Charlie Schwartz out of turn 4 is your race leader. In 2nd and 0-0, Jimmy Watson. '95, Jeff Bodendorfer pulls off in turn 3. Bodendorfer out of it behind his safety vehicle. Halfway through the first event, number 2, Charlie Schwartz now coming up on some back markers. Number 11, Bobby Smith appears to be the first car that Schwartz will pass, as we're more than halfway now. Schwartz pulls alongside the youngster. The youngster gets just at first. Number 1, number 2, as the car goes streaking down the back. Charlie Schwartz now looks and sets his sights on 06, Jack Asherman out of turn 4, number 4 to complete lap number 7. Watson hang on in second. Now a pass for third. 48. Tom Hurst now in the third, but smoking. The blue 38 is in third spot. 09 Atkinson runs fourth. Hurst is smoking, however. 2 laps now remain for number 2, Charlie Schwartz. A spin at turn number 1, number 10, George Scheffler getting together with 32, Terry Anbelik on the second to last lap. White flag is out, but now the caution flag as Anbelik sits upside turn number 1. So in a battle for 5th position, number 10, George Scheffler getting together with Terry Anbelik. Hopefully not a flat left rear, and Al Atkinson 09. Your race leader, number 2, Charlie Schwartz. Will see the yellow lights this time by. The safety crew now out there with the speed dries, so perhaps the fluid not working into the surface on this cool evening, so we'll have to see what the safety crew will do. They're doing a fine job as always tonight. Number 2, Charlie Schwartz continues to face this 10-lap heat race. 2 laps remaining, and 8 laps are in. Green-white checker situation once we get back racing. Going into the A main, E-race leader Charlie Schwartz now coming out of turn 4. 2 laps remain, green, white, and checkered. Schwartz sprints out to the lead. Jimmy Watson smoke disappears now as Al Atkinson still hounds him in that 3rd position. Now Terry Anbelik, 4th position, works outside of number 09, Al Atkinson. Jimmy Watson now works inside of the 11 car. Bobby Smith is 09. Al Atkinson gets passed on both sides. Number 10, George Scheffler now gets together with number 11, Bobby Smith, as they go up the back straight to the late stages. Checkers out, and Charlie Schwartz will take the win. Hitting hard in the third straight wall, number 62, Steve Miller. Finishing second, double O, Jimmy Watson. Unofficially 3rd, Terry Anbelik in 32. Unofficially 4th, 5th, and 6th. Number 10, George Scheffler, 09, Al Atkinson, and unofficially 6th, I believe, Jack Aschenbrenner. Getting together in turn 4, 00, Jimmy Watson, and 62. On the final turn, Steve Miller getting together with Watson, so it appears that Miller will have to advance to the B, obviously, as Charlie Schwartz takes home the first heat race win.
Pullman Jr. Second row inside. Again an Illinois chauffeur, but a regular here at the Hales Corner Speedway. Car number 2 from Lake Villa, Illinois, Whitey Harris. And outside of him, in the Bill Day Tire entry, nationally famous Billy Moyer of Batesville, Arkansas, car number 21. That's the yellow number 21 automobile. We'll call the rest of the field as it forms up behind the first 4 automobiles. Outside of row number 3, car number 15. In the Lee and Ray Electric automobile out of McHenry, Illinois, it's Skip Martin. We'll see how the field shapes up behind the first 2 rows. Okay, from the pole, Steinhouse, car number 21. Outside of him, 27. Bob Pullman Jr., 2, Whitey Harris, 21, Billy Moyer, 96, Tom Searing, 15, Skip Martin, 17, Cindy Peterson, 5, Frank Smith, 88, Hank Kavorka, 44, Robbie and Racing, as Gibby Steinhouse takes over the top spot with Pullman in pursuit. Then it's Harris and Billy Moyer up front as the action's hot and heavy. Out in front at the completion of 1, Gibby Steinhouse. Steinhouse dips down in the corner number 1 as Moyer works the cushion in the yellow number 21. Pullman hangs on the second with Harris third. Moyer frustrated in the 4th spot as it's a long way back to 96, Searing running 5th. Inside, Harris taking over the 2nd spot from 27, Pullman. Harris slams the door on Pullman exiting corner number 2 as Steinhouse romps well out in front of the field. Steinhouse, Harris, Pullman, and 21, Billy Moyer. Pullman initiates a bid for the number 2 spot as he looks under Harris, but it's nothing doing as the veteran from Lakeville, Illinois, tries to keep his automobile low on the speedway now. Moyer works inside of Pullman as they battle for third. All this time, Steinhouse puts a lot of real estate between himself and second running Whitey Harrison, car number 2. Halfway point, 5 laps in, race leader Gibby Steinhouse as Billy Moyer advances to third at Bobby Pullman's expense. Steinhouse now about to put Robbie and Racing a lap down as Steinhouse maintains a tremendous advantage over 2 Harris, 21 Moyer, 27 Pullman, 96 Searing, 15 Martin. Those are the drivers that could advance if in fact it ended right now. Billy Moyer looks inside of Whitey Harris as they're door handle up the back chute. Harris fending off repeated challenges from 21 Moyer. White flag this time around. Race leader Gibby Steinhouse as he gets under Cindy Peterson. Steinhouse a lap from victory. Harris still rides second. Moyer third. Pullman fading in fourth. Gibby Steinhouse making it look easy as he picks up the second 10-lap late model heat of the evening. Finishing in the number 2 spot will be Whitey Harrison, car 2. 21 Billy Moyer third. 27 Bob Pullman fourth. 96 Searing will finish 5th. And 15 Skip Martin will be the final driver advancing to feature competition through heat race action. Gibby Steinhouse from Bolingbrook, Illinois, driving car number 21. Gibby, a regular at the Santa Fe Speedway, pulls to the infield area as Steinhouse looks like an early race favorite in tonight's $4,000 to win feature event. Okay, setting the lineup for the third late model heat of the evening, and it's a rematch of last week's feature event. Billy Prietzel in the Miller High Life number 12, going from the pole outside the Peterbilt, Wisconsin 21. It's Ted Nolan, second row inside. One of the hottest drivers in the nation. He hails right from Kaukauna, Wisconsin. Pete Parker in the reliable welding number 10. Outside of him, the concrete raising number 3. Russ Scheffler aboard. Third row inside, Gordy Seeger Jr. aboard the Montana Trucking number 4. Outside of him, in car number 26, Dennis Erb out of the Chicagoland area. Erb starting third row outside, then next row inside. Car number 45, it's Tony Norham of Jordan, Minnesota. Outside of Norham, in car number 29 from Big Bend, Mike Kahn. Final row inside, car 64 from Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, Mark Brunner, and outside of him, car number 14 from Franklin, Wisconsin, Viking mudjacking and waterproofing entry, Al Schill. Sets the field for the first 10-lap, third 10-lap late model heat of the evening. Remember, the top 6 finishers progressing to feature competition, not having to run in the B or consolation event here this evening. Set. Third late model heat of the evening. Billy Prietzel gets a jump on Nolan. Prietzel off to the races. Parker inside of Nolan as they battle for second. Prietzel, Nolan, Parker, and Russ Scheffler in an early breakaway. Prietzel out in front. Billy Prietzel, Ted Nolan, Pete Parker, Russ Scheffler. And now inside Dennis Erb as Al Schill's really on the move. Schill starting dead last in car 14, already advancing to 6th. Prietzel stretches it out over Ted Nolan, who continues to run high with Parker on the bottom. Russ Scheffler rides fourth, then Dennis Urban and Al Schill. Prietzel with about a 3-length advantage over Nolan. Then it's Parker as the race stabilizes. Now Nolan closes in on Prietzel. Runner in car 64 retiring from the event. Runner out of it in the early going. 12 Prietzel stays out in front at 21 Nolan. 10 Parker, 3 Scheffler. Then it's Dennis Erb as we go yellow for an incident involving Tony Norum up in corner number 4. Tony Norum with car number 45 puts the field under yellow. Automobile early this evening. Scored complete at the halfway point. Once again, Prietzel will go back to work. Nolan rides in the number 2 spot with Parker third. Prietzel stretching it out over Nolan. They started in the first row, side by side, as now Russ Scheffler moves inside of Pete Parker in the battle for third. Nolan inside of Billy Prietzel as he makes a run on the Franklin Flyer, but Prietzel holds Nolan at bay. Prietzel still out in front of the event with Nolan a scant car length or 2 in arrears. Then it's Parker and Russ Scheffler. Dennis Erb battles with Gordy Seeger Jr. for the number 5 spot. The final transfer spot into tonight's main held currently by Gordy Seeger Jr. in car number 4. Prietzel still out in front of Nolan, who now receives a challenge from Parker for second. White flag, a lap remaining. Franklin Flyer, Billy Prietzel. And now Parker moves inside of Nolan once again. Nolan slams it over on Parker. Up the back, shooting down into 3, a final time in this 10-lap heat as Billy Prietzel exits corner 4. Prietzel will pick up the victory. Nolan finishes second, Parker third, Russ Scheffler fourth, Dennis Erb fifth, with Gordy Seeger Jr. sixth. So Billy Prietzel in a rerun of last week's feature event, only with the positions reversed. Nips Ted Nolan this time around. Prietzel the victor, Nolan second, Parker third, Russ Scheffler fourth, Dennis Erb finished fifth, and sixth Gordy Seeger Jr., the 6 drivers advancing the feature competition here this evening. Well, as we mentioned, next Friday and Saturday, a big 2-day show here at the Hales Corners Speedway, the Beertown Nationals. A couple hundred automobiles already signed for 5 nights. 5 divisions of action, including late models, modified sportsmen, street stocks, and those crazy Hales Wales competitors. Advanced. Car number 45. Tony Norum out of Minnesota, Jordan, Minnesota, will join the field. Norum in car 45, 44 Robbie Andresen, 64 Mark Brunner, 29 Mike Kahn of Big Bend, and anybody else who's slated to go in tonight's 15-lap B-Main late model semi. Call it what you wish. We want you trackside right now. 4th in Greenfield in downtown West Dallas. That looks like it for tonight's semi-feature. One driver will not advance to the 50-lap feature event as Cindy Peterson goes from the pole in car 7, outdistancing his son Bobby in car number 11. Then it's Tony Norum in car 45, Robbie Andresen in car 44, with Brunner the only car out of tonight's feature event at this point. 17, Cindy Peterson sets a torrid early pace as she runs out in front of 29, Mike Kahn. 5, Frank Smith rides third with 11. Bobby Smith holding down the 4th spot. Tony Norman in 5th with our 4th spot. Cindy now stretching it out over 29, Mike Kahn. 5, Frank Smith continues to ride third. Over 29, Kahn, who feels the pressure from number 5, Smith. Bobby Smith in car number 11 continues to run fourth with Tony Norman 5th and 44, and Grayson holding down the 6th spot. Cindy Peterson could make history here tonight, as no lady driver has ever won a World of Outlaw event in any form of World Outlaw late model competition. 5, Frank Smith working inside at 29, Mike Kahn, a classic battle for the number 2 spot down in corner number 3. Mark Brunner has just advanced, at least for the moment, into a position in tonight's feature event by dropping Robbie Grayson from the 6th spot. Kahn continues to run in front of 5 Smith as Cindy Peterson still holds the early edge. Automobile with a fire under the right front corner of the machine is now Mueller goes in the pits with car 62. Mueller hitting the outer retaining wall hard as Mueller was late to answer the bell, and that puts the field under caution. So the Horseman main gets set to go. 10 laps are scored complete in the 15 lap late model semi-feature, battling out 6 spots in tonight's 50 lap World Outlaw main here at the Hales Corner Speedway. 17, Cindy Peterson out in front of 29, Kahn, as now Kahn seemingly has a fresh breath of life. He tries to chase down Peterson, whose car at present isn't handling all that well. Cindy still out in front of Kahn by a couple car lengths, with Frank Smith riding third. His son, Bobby Smith, fourth. Mark Brunner and Robbie Adrason rounding out the field. Now Cindy stretches it out over 29 Kahn, as Cindy has but a couple laps before she becomes the first woman ever to win a World of Outlaw late model event. Cindy Peterson, last sponsor number 17. Starter Mark Sweeney is 17. Cindy Peterson enjoys a comfortable cushion over 29 Mike Kahn. Cindy Peterson rounding corners 3 and 4 and becomes the first woman ever to win a World of Late Model Outlaw event. The Outlaws having history here this evening is Cindy Peterson picks up the victory. Mike Kahn is credited with second. 5, Frank Smith third. Son Bobby Smith in car number 11 fourth. 64 Brunner fifth, and 44 Adrason sixth. All of those automobiles will advance to feature competition. We want the sportsman feature immediately, gentlemen. Sportsman feature lined up in the pits right now, as I believe Jimmy Trado's about to round up a couple interesting World Outlaw late model pilots on this fast and furious night of action here at Hales.